Hello, Facebook Thrive Tribe and Instagram fans. It's Wednesday night, and this, as always, is sure to be. Oh man, what is this sure to be? Informational, inspirational, educational, most importantly, entertaining.
I already said
That's a large bill to live up to.
the words. What did I just say to you before we did this?
She was mumbling something and then looks up and said, "Oh, are we live? Do I need to stop talking?"
No, you were doing
Oh.
something, and I said, "You're
Oh.
incredibly annoying."
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
Par for the course. But it is a fun day because we've had midwife appointment yesterday. Just today, we had an anatomy scan, which means we found out if the little bump date is a boy or if it is a girl. So if you're on your best behavior, maybe we'll drop the news here at some point. That's the plan, right?
I think so.
Boy or girl?
I don't see why not.
Is that like a poll?
This is our gender reveal party. Should we
Oh, this is as good as it gets.
Should we have
The family got a
balloons?
text, either a blue text or a pink text.
Yeah.
No telling secrets, Nicole.
Should we have balloons or something?
Look at that, already getting some love for the Vegas, not Vegas shirts. This is also, if you've been in the office this week, what's on the whiteboard as our conversation starter.
He thinks that shirt is so funny.
Everybody else does too.
So we'll start with the midwife appointment yesterday. I think that's the biggest thing that happened.
I'd say the boy girl is the biggest
Well,
thing.
I mean, up until Tuesday, nothing really else happened. But we had a midwife appointment. They came to the house.
Stop right there. That was not the only thing that happened. I had an awesome fantasy football draft this weekend, which is important as well.
Not important. He left me for an entire Sunday afternoon to go eat food and talk football. Fake football. Not even real football. Fake football.
Not fake football.
Fake football.
Fantasy.
What's the difference?
Listen, I've got way too many fantasy fans out there for you to get support on this.
Fake football. It's one thing to go to an actual football party, but a fake football party, I don't understand it.
It's very real.
I'm a big supporter of the fake football.
With the real $20.
Real 20. He better be bringing in the bucks for this one. Leaving me on a Sunday with a kid. Gotta be kidding me. Anyway, so that was not exciting, but the midwife appointment was exciting in that they came to our house, like usual.
Always convenient.
Super convenient.
Shout out to Karen and Natalie for being just great all around.
They asked me questions about my physical life, personal life, emotional, what I'm worried about, what I'm stressed about, what I feel like things are happening. I always appreciate that they're just
checking in,
intentional about every aspect of life, not just physical baby stuff, because they understand that everything affects baby, so they want to know.
It's all connected.
Yeah. So they want to know if I'm stressed out about whatever. So it's good. They took my blood pressure. My blood pressure's always been low, and it stays that way. We can get into that more about the birth story later, about how to prep for that.
Yeah.
And listen to the baby.
That's always Zeke's favorite part.
Yeah. The jelly on my belly is cold. They don't have a bottle warmer. That's a bummer.
How'd you do that on the go?
Yeah. We talked about, so a lot of people with home birth, they think we are totally unprepared and just kind of going in blind and don't really, we hear a lot of, well, what if X, Y, and Z happen? And a lot of people don't understand that there are things in place for that. And so they, this week, we talked about a backup hospital, my ideal hospital for a non-emergent transfer, meaning there's a couple yellow flags that, they kind of want to not be at home for. So let's get in the car and go. That would be considered non-emergent. So what's the hospital that I would, in the best case scenario, for a non-emergent transfer? Or if I just randomly decide I don't want to do this at home and I'm in the middle of labor, where am I going? And then we talked about the emergency hospital,
which is like where an ambulance would be.
As in
taken.
like closest hospital with labor and delivery to get me and baby to. I don't really have a choice in that. That's just your location. So, along with their huge bags of stuff that they bring to birth, this is a conversation that we have at 19 weeks where, it's not stressful. It's not whatever. We just have names of.
You can think clearly.
Yeah. We have names of physicians. We have names of ideal hospital, location of hospital. So you have a plan where.
We have our ideal labor and delivery nurse, Emily.
Yeah.
We're requesting you.
Yeah. So.
Make sure you only go into labor when Emily's on staff.
No, she doesn't have to be on staff. She will get called in.
Oh, Emily, you can call it in.
You can bring the twins. I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, for anybody who is curious, there is prep work that goes into the what if. We don't just go into this blind. We're not naive enough to think that we have everything under control, because stuff happens and you have to be prepared for that. So that happened.
And that's, like you briefly mentioned, that's over and above the fact that our birth providers, the midwives themselves, are medically trained providers that have emergency gear and know what to do if mom's bleeding, if baby's not breathing, if anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we went over that week 19, talked about upcoming weeks. Excited for next week because we're going to prep for the glucose test, which any mom knows, but we have an alternative plan. That would be next week's. So I guess we should probably just get to the point that everyone actually wants.
Who here watching couldn't care less about anything besides the fact that the description said it's ...
I have a feeling that
raise your hand if that's you.
100% of the people,
7 or 8 or whoever is tuning in, 9 people, however everybody's watching, if that's you.
I feel like we should just keep talking just because people are here, and so
got a captive audience.
if I want,
maybe you joined late, and maybe you're wondering, did they already say if it's a boy or girl? There's some hearts flying across the screen. I think we've struck a chord.
I don't know. So we had the anatomy scan today. We drove. If those of you that don't know, we live in Cranberry, and we drove 40 minutes out to Monroeville because we have midwives, home birth midwives, that don't carry around ultrasound machines.
Expect up to 13 live.
Hot dang.
Someone heard the baby announcement soon.
They don't carry around ultrasounds. So they refer to this lady who she's an ultrasound tech that owns one of those imaging businesses.
Standalone imaging center.
And it was really cool. We showed up and she had it set up exactly like we would want a mom to feel.
It's really cool, boutique atmosphere of, making you feel welcome. The room where she did the ultrasound in is set up with it's like a TV viewing party where, she said they've had 30 people in the room before she's got couches and chairs lined up with her equipment, her screen there that she's doing everything she needs to collect, but also mom's on a super big comfy bed.
I was on an actual bed,
facing up, looking at the main screen. Everyone else is looking at. Just really, really well done. Really impressed by insightful imaging.
Yeah.
Insightful imaging in Monroeville there. So if you find yourself in a similar situation, I'd encourage you to check out Henrietta.
Yeah.
She said go call her Henry, but she did an awesome job with that.
Yeah. So we got in there. She tried to look in, and then she said, "You're gonna have to go pee," because my bladder was full. And it was a little invasive, but she could tell that.
You didn't like that?
It's just always weird. But apparently my bladder was mushing the baby.
You probably wouldn't like on x-rays and we can see if you need to poop.
No, that'd be unfortunate. So I already had the jelly on my belly, so I had to wipe that all off, go pee, and then come back in. But her jelly was warm because she had belly jelly warmers. And
what else do you think we can do to delay
I don't know.
To delay the ginger hair? Oh, you want to hear the heartbeat?
Oh yeah. So
I got this hippo.
So I got this hippo from my friend Allison, and it's a heartbeat bear, that heartbeat hippo, and we've been trying to get a recording here, but the Doppler isn't super loud, and so we went and they could turn up the volume really loud with the heartbeat. So she recorded it for us. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear the heartbeat.
Just push it. You have to pull it up. So we've got a heartbeat bear.
I don't know what we do with it now, but it's really cute.
Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Allison. So that was fun that now we have that little memento. What I feel like we need to just say.
Fake news. Is there like?
I don't know.
Do we have
I feel like we need props or something. We are really bad at gender reveal parties.
Do we do a drum roll?
Sure.
It's this is a drum roll if you can't hear it.
Make it nod. It's a boy.
It's a boy. Baby number 2 is a little boy. We're thinking about Ezekiel Jr. for the name, since Ezekiel is obviously such a great child and it's going so well.
That one worked out well.
So it's a boy, everybody.
Yes.
We're excited.
And it's going to be crazy town.
It's 2 boys.
2 boys.
3 if you count Miko.
4 if you
4 if you
count
count Dada.
this. But I'm the only one that gets to be an emotional wreck, so that's still a treat.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite.
We went out to lunch afterwards, and we were talking about names because I have 0 names. Because I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like I can't use any name that I discarded when I was pregnant with Zeke because it's like second hand and second best names. So now it's starting all over again.
You just like it differently in different phases. I don't even remember any of the ones we were talking about.
So we were coming up with some names, and I asked Zeke, and he said pizza.
I did say that.
So that's the runner up, right? Or the front runner right now. Pizza. Which, I mean, if you know me,
Baby
like
pizza.
if you personally know me, I'd be all right with that. So that was exciting. She said at the ultrasound tech, it was a very clear view that this was a boy. There was
multiple times.
Many times.
Very bold about sharing his business.
She eventually just said, "We get it. You're a boy." So that was, there's no question. There's a little boy in there. Only one.
It's true.
Apparently yesterday she ultrasounded somebody who thought they were only having one. And
not sure ultrasounded is a word.
Don't think it is. And they got in there and there were 2 babies, and this was their 3rd pregnancy, and the 3rd pregnancy was a surprise as it was, and then they did not know they were having twins, and their oldest was a girl, boy, and then it looked like identical boys, and the girl cried. And our ultrasound tech said there was so many emotions happening that visit with figuring out there was twins. And also, if you're just tuning in, no, I'm not having twins. We're talking about twins. I am not having twins. 1 baby, 1 boy inside. Open to name
Ezekiel Jr.
Open to name suggestions. If you suggest your own name, you will probably be vetoed immediately. So don't do
Unless
that.
your name is Pizza.
Unless your name's Pizza.
Because right now it's a front runner.
That's what we got so far. But then we just carried on with the ultrasound, the anatomy scan, and there's
a lot to it.
There was a lot to it. There was a lot of views. We didn't get the official report, but
Right. It has to
Um,
be read by the radiologist.
but I feel pretty good about there not being anything terribly wrong. I mean, we saw the 4 chambers of the heart and the 3 things of the thing. Umbilical cord. What's that called? The 3 ventricles? That's not it.
Just keep going.
No. What is it? Cords. The 3 cords that make up the cord.
Yep.
Flipping.
Things were she is, like she said, she's not a medical practitioner, so she can't give diagnosis or impressions or stuff like that. But we'll find out once we get the rad report if there's any red flags.
Who knows? Week 20 bump date. I might be crying because something came back negative, or because I'm just emotional.
More likely the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Nesting stuff.
Tuesday, I didn't go into the office. I wasn't.
Where'd all of our viewers go?
Everyone left when we said what we were having.
Not everyone. But
They
it's
didn't
like
care.
cut in half.
Yeah, they didn't care anymore.
True fans, appreciate you.
Tuesday, I didn't go to the office because it was a little bit of a slower. Well, we thought it was going to be a slower afternoon, so I didn't go in.
Irrelevant.
And I spent the afternoon cleaning the house and nesting in my imagination, which means I made sure to stay on track of actual cleaning, because I do a lot more like organizing and putting things away, like putting clutter away when I clean, but I don't actually ever get to the deep clean. So focused on the deep clean, but while I was doing that, I created a nesting notebook with room by room. Each page is a different room of things that I want to do in that room to make it what I want. So I shared that with Andrew, and he's really excited.
I would thought most of it was good.
Some of it ranges from like just switching up the pictures in a picture collage to changing up a bookshelf situation to buying a new couch.
Buying a couch, as no one is surprised, made the list.
That was actually number 1 on the list. Because if you can't see right now, we're on a very ugly orange couch that is probably
What makes it very ugly?
50 years old. It doesn't match anything.
Didn't even have couches 50 years ago.
You just made everybody mad who's 50 years old. So
we got some
on the plus side,
reorganizing to do.
I don't have to buy a bunch of girl stuff.
That's true.
So I can buy a new couch.
Don't see the connection.
I can pull this to my advantage. That's pretty much it. That's all I had.
Yeah, excited about a boy. We're always a fan of being a boy family. Girls have been fun too, but it's working out to be 2 boys so far. So TBD
so far,
on the future.
Don't give them this.
Well, one way or another, you anticipate wanting more kids.
Yeah.
Whether that's adoption or pregnancy or anything like that.
You just never ask a pregnant lady when she wants to be pregnant again. I know, but that just don't do it.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It was like our backup OB in Illinois when I was 39 and a half weeks pregnant, asking me if I've thought about birth control.
Afterwards.
Can we have this conversation later? Maybe after this baby comes out?
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what we got for this bump date. A heartbeat hippo and a little boy.
Heartbeat hippo and a precious little boy, Ezekiel Jr.
It's not
and or pizza.
Again, if you
let's
have
know if
any
you got any
names
other ideas.
suggestions, that would be great. Taking some input.
Puppy. Is that an acceptable name? If someone wants to dedicate a time, like a full day to this, we're kind of wondering what gets said more in a day, mama or puppy? And I feel like it'd be close. I feel like it would both be an extremely high number, but it's a really important study. So if someone wants to dedicate their day to that, please let us know.
That means you'd have to spend the day with me.
Just following
And
Zeke
Zeke.
around, writing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for week 19.
Great chatting as always. Thanks for hanging out, tuning in, laughing along with us.
Did you say tootin'?
No.
Tuning.
All right.
Goodbye.
We're out of here. See you all.
Bedtime.